Welcome to the Magoosh IELTS Vocabulary Podcast. This is Lesson 13. In this episode, we will cover 4 words all related to school: institute, tutorial, office hours, and course. Don't forget to check out our show notes for a link to your free IELTS vocabulary list containing these words and others. And visit us at ielts.magoosh.com for more great resources to improve your IELTS band score. Okay, let's get started. I'd like to introduce you to your teacher, Eliot. He is the Magoosh IELTS expert. And here's a fun fact about Eliot. He went to a tiny high school with only 200 students.
Hello, Magoosh IELTS podcast listeners. Welcome to today's show. I'm Eliot, the IELTS expert from Magoosh, and it's true, there were only about 50 kids in my graduating class. So today, we're going to look at 4 words that are going to help you to understand the kind of language you're going to hear in the listening passages on your IELTS exam. Make sure to go to the link in the show notes to get the full list of vocabulary words. The theme for the words in today's episode is school life, and words we might use to describe different places and events that are related to school. Let's begin. Institute is the first word on the list, so let's start with that one, okay? Institute, what does it mean? Well, an institute is an organization with a particular purpose, especially one that is involved with science, education, or a specific profession. But when you hear or read the word institute on the IELTS, it will almost always refer to a university. So institute is another word for university or campus on the exam. Many universities that are involved with private research are called institutes. For example, the full name of MIT is the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. However, small liberal arts schools or local community colleges are not typically talked about using the word institute. When taking the IELTS, just try to remember that the word institute is talking about a university or its campus. So that's institute. The next word is tutorial. A tutorial is a period of instruction given by a university or college tutor to an individual or very small group. So on the IELTS, the word tutorial refers to a single teaching session between a teacher and one or more students. A tutorial could be a single lesson on the use of symbolism in a famous novel, or a tutorial could teach students how to use a certain computer program. You get the idea. A tutorial could also be one session in a semester course, a one-on-one meeting with a tutor, or a learning activity that is directed by a student club or university support center. Here again, we see an IELTS vocabulary word that's different in British and North American English. In American contexts, tutorial is more likely to mean an instructional video or booklet. Of course, the IELTS is a UK-based exam, so chances are that when you run into the word tutorial on the IELTS, it will be the British definition. Okay, so that's tutorial.
We have even more words for you coming up, but let's pause for a word from Magoosh.
Thanks, Naomi. Do you want a great IELTS score? Well, guess what? Magoosh can help. Here's how. We have in-depth video lessons that cover IELTS concepts, pitfalls, and shortcuts, over 200 practice questions to help you prepare, 24/7 email access to a team of smart and fun remote tutors ready to answer your questions. So, are you ready to improve your score and get into your dream program? Great! We're ready to help. Visit us at ielts.magoosh.com. That is ielts.magoosh.com. Use coupon code IELTS Podcast, that's one word, no spaces, to save 20% off your IELTS test prep. That's it. All right, now back to the story.
The next word is office hours. Technically, office hours is a phrase, but it's an important phrase to know. So what are office hours? Well, office hours is the name for the time that professors and teaching assistants schedule outside of class to meet with students. Office hours are set periods of time during the week, which a teacher makes themselves available for students to come by their office and ask questions. For example, a professor might keep office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays from noon to 2 p.m. During those scheduled 2-hour time periods, students can come see the professor even if they don't have an appointment. Students are encouraged to attend office hours to ask questions about assignments or anything they didn't understand during class. Office hours are also a great way to get to know your professor and get a little extra help with your schoolwork. So that's office hours. The final word today is course. Course is one of the most common words on the IELTS. This may seem like a very simple vocabulary word, but many IELTS test takers get confused. It's easy to forget that this word can have two meanings. The word course can be used to mean a single class that a student enrolls in, such as a one-semester history course. However, on the IELTS, a course can sometimes also refer to an entire degree. A bachelor's degree can be called a 4-year course, and a master's or doctorate may be described as a postgraduate course. Note that in North American English, a course is almost always just one class. But again, the IELTS is a UK-based exam. Test takers who are less familiar with British English should be careful when they see this vocabulary word on the IELTS. So that's course. Great! In this episode, you learned 4 words related to school life. For more vocabulary, download the full list of vocabulary in the show notes and tune in to the next episode.
Thanks for listening. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up or hit the subscribe button. And if you're ready to start improving your IELTS score, check us out at ielts.magoosh.com. Use the coupon code IELTSRockstar at checkout for 20% off your order. That's IELTSRockstar at checkout for 20% off. Happy studying!